Alright guys, go ahead and sit down here. Alright, there we go. Just got my new background, so I'm liking it, guys. Yeah, so you guys are probably thinking, what the heck is he doing sitting down in front of a screen? Because I haven't really done any of this before. Guys, so I got some requests to do some story time, I guess. That just sounds like preschool, but but guys, I'm just gonna share a couple stories about what I've done, but this is like way before I started even doing YouTube, like probably years before, but I just thought I would share it. So I got a couple of them. I'm just gonna go along. I haven't even thought of any yet, but guys, so right off the bat of my, how do you say that? Right off the bat of my, no. Right off the back of my head. That's how it goes. I'm going to start with the time I took my four-wheeler over bank. I got a lot of four-wheeler stories, by the way, guys. So anyways, if you guys haven't seen, I don't know if I've showed it in any of the vlogs. There's a bank out there by my house. I'm actually inside my house. A bank right outside, and it's made of rocks, and it goes pretty much just like this. It's like this, and then my yard is like right in here. So one day, it was my papa's birthday, and people were coming to my house because that's where we were going to celebrate. And I was riding my foot around, just passing time. And the thing was, I was going too fast. Obviously, probably what you guys were thinking. Going way too fast. And it was either go down this bank or try and turn. And chances of 99.99% sure of turning and flipping over. Obviously, that's like, you gotta think within like a second, what are you gonna do? And I went down the bank, and it was a rough ride. Let me tell you, it was a rough ride, because it was just made of rocks, and it was a close one. Like, my head, I went over the handlebars, my head did, and banged up my helmet. Luckily, I didn't get hurt at all. But my dad, he went down there to move it. Anyway, it was just right in the, it was right in the road, pretty much. And anyways, he could pick it up with his finger, his pinky finger, and flip the four-wheeler over. That's how close I was to coming to flipping over right into the road and that thing coming over and smashing me. And I was probably 7 or 8 years old when I did that, so like I said before I started YouTube. Now, this one, guys, it was before I started YouTube. Again, I got a couple of them that weren't, but guys, this one I did it before YouTube, and it was actually kind of fun. But anyways, me and my sister, we were out in the woods. I don't know why. We're always out in the woods, though. Anyways, we were out in the woods, and we came across this possum. I was like, dude, I need that possum. So, and it was plain dead. Okay, that's what possums do. That's what possums are famous for, plain dead. Well, I was not thinking that at the time, and I was like, dude, this possum's dead. Let's take it home and do something with it. Because, that's just what I was thinking then. So, I picked it up by its tail, and we went back to our house. And my sister went in to get my mom and dad so we could show them what we just found. And I set that possum down just to put it in the yard so I didn't have to hold it anymore. And that thing, I'm not kidding you, jumped up and ran back to the woods. Scared me to death. The whole time I was carrying that thing, it could have jumped up, bit me, anything. But then again, I got lucky and it didn't. Another time was this one was actually, I was already doing YouTube. It was probably a month ago. I was out riding with my uncle in the woods and on his four-wheelers. And anyways, he was climbing these hills and everything. I had it on my Instagram. Anyways, so I came home and I got this one hill back in our woods, and I was clearing it. It's like a deer path, so it's where like we feed the deers on this trail. And there's this hill. Like, it comes in through the woods, and then it just goes down the hill. So I was like, dude, I can climb that hill. He's been doing it the whole time. Why can't I? So I went down the hill, and guys, it didn't look that steep until I started going down it. And then I was like, ah, crud. So I'm stuck down here is what I'm thinking. But I tried to climb the hill, and there's this like 50-foot drop-off cliff right beside me with a tree just right here. I tried to climb that thing. my four-wheeler, it just started spinning because, the hill was steep. And it just started spinning. And, it scared me so bad. And I got so scared. My four-wheeler came down that hill. And if it weren't for that tree, I would have went down that bank. Down that 50-foot drop with my four-wheeler, probably crushing me. That tree, I rolled back down, and I was still on my four-wheeler. I was trying to jump off, because I thought for sure that thing was going over. I was trying to get off. And I hit that tree. Man, if it wasn't for that tree, I would have went over. So, that was another time I did get luckies in. And as you guys seen in the previous video, I flipped the four-wheeler over, same when I took down the hill. Then again, I got lucky there. So that's just another quick story. I'm not even going to get into detail about that because I already did in the other video. So, let me try and think of another thing that I've done that probably wasn't the smartest. Okay, dang, I just saw one just like that. So, one time, okay, have you guys ever seen, like, when there's a creek on the road, like, not on the road, but a creek underneath the road, and they got those, circle metal tubes, the big metal tubes. They were putting one of those in down here by my house, and my papa, we had a four-wheeler at the time, and we were just out cruising around. Well, we didn't know that they were putting that in. They had it sitting on the road, that metal tube. It was big, and my papa couldn't get through. We're like, dude, seriously? So we took his four-wheeler, and we just drove right through the tube onto the next part of the road. It was so funny, but I had a blast. All these guys, I had a blast doing them. I had a really scary time doing them also, but, you know, they were fun. Let me see here. There's this one time, my papa, I was probably, I don't know, 7 years old, 8 years old, and we were doing hay, like, in real life, and we were doing hay, and, he has tractors. He had two tractors, one for raking and one for mowing. He had those two out there. He didn't just have two, but he had those two out there. He had a rake and a mower. His big one had the mower, and it wasn't a little tractor. It was actually a decent-sized loader tractor, and it had the rake on it. So my papa was like, Hank, don't move that tractor. He had taught me how to do it and everything. And he thought I was going to jump on the loader tractor. I jumped on his big tractor with the mower, and I took off. And so yeah, I didn't get in trouble, so that was good. And I was with my papa one time, and he had a Ford F-350 ton truck, flatbed, and we stopped and talked to a neighbor. And then again, guys, I was probably 5 years old in this one, and he stopped to talk to a neighbor, and he parked it. He just pulled off the side of the road, and the neighbor had a fence right here in his house, and my papa just pulled off. Well, anyways, I stayed in the truck, and he just went to talk. And my papa was sitting on the swing, and I started his truck up because I was just little, and I just thought, why not? And I started his truck up, and my papa jumped off that porch, jumped over that fence. I don't know. He just jumped right over that fence, and I didn't get in trouble for that one. But another one was my papa. This was just a couple of months ago, probably 5 months ago. He got a go-kart, and me and him were out. It was a really muddy, rainy night. It was probably 9 o'clock at night, muddy and rainy. And we took it out on a drive. Well, as you're going into his pasture, he's drove through so many times, it's just like a mud hole. We took that thing through that mud hole. We were just covered head to toe in mud. But man, I had such a blast. It was so fun. Dude, oh man. If I could sit here and tell stories all night long, I would. I have enough of them. But it was actually really fun. Alright, let's try. I'm going to try and think of another one. What have I done? Oh, I know one. So, me and my sister, we were going to catch some catfish. No, anyway, we're just fishing, and I got this idea. I will take a stick, tie some fishing string to it, and then throw it out there, stick the stick in the ground, and then wait till the next day and see if I catch something. Well, I put one over here on this side of the pond, I put one on this side of the pond. Not knowing that my neighbor's dog was going to come down, and my neighbor's dog came down, and in this part, he got himself tangled up in that string. Man, super bad idea on my part to put that there. I should have known because my neighbor's dog always comes out of the pond, and my neighbor's dog got all wrapped up around him, and it's crazy. This one was probably a month ago. My cousin was riding her bike, and she's like, I can stand up on my it's called that, like the, you know where you sit on your seat, that bar that's like right here, and then your seat. I don't know exactly what it's called, but she said I can stand up on that and ride my bike. And of course, I said, prove it to me. So she went and got her bike, and she was doing it. Well, I was probably 10 feet away from her, and I pull out in front of her on another bike, and she doesn't. I mean, she's just, she doesn't know what to do, and she falls right off into the gravel. It actually wasn't funny, but a little funny. And I was probably 7 in this one. I was riding a bike, and I had a double-barreled toy shotgun strapped to the bike. And I was riding down to the gravel, and that shotgun got into the spoke of my back tire, my front one, locked the bike up, it flew. I just went flying right over the handlebars, and kapoosh, I went. So that was a scary time. I did not like that at all. No. But yeah. Oh, let's see here. I was on my papa's lawnmower. He has a zero-turn lawnmower, and it was kind of wet. And I was going down a hill, and he has a hill, and then he had his pool deck, and his pool wasn't up. And I was going down there, and the zero-turn lawnmower, it can get sliding pretty easy. And I went to turn at the bottom of that hill, wood just slid, and I didn't, it's another one of those times, you gotta think of what to do in like a second. I felt like I was an NFL quarterback. Anyways, I was trying to make that turn. Well, I had my, and I went like this, and I went, to turn to the right. Well, I slid, hit his pool deck, put a big old scratch right down his lawnmower. He just got this lawnmower like 5 days ago, and put a big old scratch right down his deck. And if I would have been over like a foot more, I would have went right off where his pool was, because there was like a little dip. So, yeah, put a scratch on my papa's new lawnmower. So I did that. Let's see here. What else have I done? There's so many stories. I just can't think of all of them, Trying to think here. Let's see. What have I done? Just the other day, I was weed eating. I have my own laundry business. Anyways, I was weed eating, and the weed eater, I was just weed eating, and I seen smoke started coming out where the head is on the weed eater, where the string spinner, and I seen smoke. I was like, that's not right. That's really not right. So I looked at it. Anyways, I had my dad look at it, and it was the head on the weed eater, which is the part that pretty much runs the part that spins the string. Anyways, I had pushed it up, like there's one piece. Anyways, I had pushed it up past where it was supposed to be, melted the string inside of it, melted the plastic on it. I don't know how I did it. This was 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And I did all that, tore up the weed eater. So that was a problem, Oh, by the way, after I flipped my four-wheeler out here, there's been a rattling noise, man. Don't like it. Yeah, so this is just a little story time. I'm probably going to do story times every Friday, because the new schedule is I'm posting every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. That's the only time I'm going to post. No other. Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. That's it. And it's still going to be vlogs. We're going to do a lot of challenges, pranks, and stuff like that, guys. Question and answers. We're going to do those. It's going to be fun, Oh, by the way, comment some pranks or some challenges you guys want me to do, like 24-hour challenges, or like last to leave wins, something like that, or just any challenges or pranks, guys. I need pranks. What should I do as a prank? Anyways, guys, this was just me doing a little bit of story time. I really hope y'all did enjoy. Probably gonna try and do these every so often, But, yeah, that's pretty much just a little bit. That's 1.1% of what I've done before. Guys, I'm hopefully y'all having a great day. Hopefully you guys are all smiling. If you're not, go ahead and do it, because why not? Guys, I'm gonna see you guys later, and I'm just gonna go ahead and leave now. And I'll catch you guys later.